Bitcoin is devastated, going down harder than a $2 hooker in Taiwan, while altcoins are gasping for air in a pool of blood, drowning, shouting for help, not knowing when this will end. There's mayhem and destruction everywhere. There's red across the board, and people are asking why. Why this destruction? Why this devastation? And why is the crypto factor sitting, enjoying a smoothie at a time like this? Well, it's very simple. I told you this will happen.
Hey guys, I'm Bearish. Remember, Paul is not a financial advisor, but he is good looking. Also, this is not financial advice. Please subscribe down below and check out my channel at Bearish.
Look, I told you this will happen. I called this move months ago. I told you that the NVIDIA event will be a sell the news event, 20 to 40%. Then I told you that the Bitcoin halving itself will become a sell the news event, 20 to 40%. When we had the dumps, we never saw that 20, 40%. We saw that 18%, 19%. And I told you this move is probably not over. And you're probably thinking, Paul, okay, I get it. You're a genius. You called it. Pat yourself on the back. But what happens now? Will Bitcoin continue to go down? Will altcoins go down lower? What do I do? What do I buy? Do I sell? What do I do now? Well, the answer is very simple. Okay, so Bitcoin is dumping hard right now. We're seeing it just under 57,000 or 56,800 or so. And we did dump all the way to what? 56,400, which was support. It was light support, but was support, or at least a support range over here. And you're probably wondering, will Bitcoin drop further here? And if yes, what levels are we looking at? What could that do with altcoins or to altcoins? And what should you do? Should you buy more Bitcoin and altcoins? And if you don't have any capital, what can you do to minimize loss and maximize profits here? We're going to be talking about that in just a second. Now, the next resistance range, if we keep on going down here, is about 52 to 50,000. 50,000 to 52,000, that's the range. 50,000 psychological being key support, but also something else very important I need to mention. 50,000 is where things change. If we drop under 50K, try to come back up and can't come back and close above it, meaning 50K becomes resistance, then we become bearish. We have to become bearish. That is the line in the sand, if you will. And then you just remain bearish until the charts prove otherwise. But basically, if we continue going down here and we don't bounce from this support, which we actually talked about, then this range over here is your next support or line of defense. So what do you do now? Do you buy more Bitcoin? Do you buy altcoins? And what do you do if you have no more money to put in, if you have no capital to put in crypto right now? Is there any way to minimize risk and maximize profits here? Altcoins have been devastated. They've gone down a lot. And if you look at the monthly chart over here, you will see 53% for GTAI. 47% DIM, 40% Miria, Fetch, 37%, Ajax, 38% or 39%, PAL, 48%, Solana, 40%, so on. So here's what you can do. If you've been taking profits and or you have capital, then it's shopping time for you right now. We're still early in this bull market. This is to be expected. And not only that, that 50K support that we just talked about, that's your stop loss, or under that is your mental stop loss or stop loss, so you can get out, so you can minimize your risk and get into crypto right now with maximal profits available in this bull market, if that makes sense. And what you would do is you would add to your portfolio or add to your positions here, or make a portfolio with high cap, mid caps, and low caps, meaning high risk plays as well, and just hold it till the end of the bull market. Maybe take some profits along the way, depending on what you get in and why. And for an example of that, I'll leave a link right here, but also at the end of this video, so you can see what you can get into. But what do you do if you don't have any capital right now? First of all, don't worry, it happens to the best of us, which is why I was preaching to take profits into Bitcoin for the last few months, so that if the market keeps on going up, you're still exposed to Bitcoin and you can look for lagging plays. But if the market goes down, you can use Bitcoin to buy those altcoins, like right now, where you can get them dirt cheap. So if you have Bitcoin right now, what you can do, you can start converting Bitcoin into altcoins. Look at the altcoins on the monthly chart here. See which ones are mostly devastated. This is our portfolio, by the way. If you go to the top 100, let's say, you might find more. If you go to the top 200, you can find more, and so on. But basically, use that Bitcoin or some of that Bitcoin to buy some of these altcoin plays. And if we go down even more towards 50K, use some more Bitcoin to buy altcoins. And then make sure you have a mental stop loss, or keep in your mind that if we go under 50K and we can't get above, you have to turn bearish, but you won't lose as much because you're close to that level. It's a perfect time to buy Bitcoin and altcoins. Hey, Paul from the future here. Listen, as I was editing this video, I noticed that I forgot to mention that once Bitcoin finishes this drop and stabilizes and starts going sideways, this could be key for an upcoming alt season. Meaning alts are going to start surging, making massive profits, which is why I'm converting some of my Bitcoin into altcoins. Now, this might happen slowly, then suddenly, so don't expect this to happen straight away, but just do expect an alt season after this drop is over and Bitcoin stabilizes. Now, if you don't have any Bitcoin, if you did not take profits into Bitcoin like I was preaching to you, maybe you can do a risk play here and change some Ethereum and Solana into altcoins, but generally speaking, you messed up. You really can't do anything. If you don't have capital and you didn't take profits into Bitcoin and you don't have enough, let's say Solana or Ethereum or high caps so you can get into riskier plays, and you have to keep in mind it's very risky what I'm telling you to do here, then you're pretty much screwed. You should have listened. But it's okay. It happens to everyone. Don't worry, it's not just you. What you can do is just keep this in your head, keep this in your mind, learn from this, sit in your hands, or sit on your hands, not in your hands, because that will be extremely uncomfortable. Sit on your hands and wait. You don't always have to do something. Doing nothing is also an action. And sometimes you just have to sit on your hands and wait. Now, if you want to know what coins I would personally get into here, then make sure you watch this video right here or check out this video right here. You don't want to miss these videos. Make sure you watch them. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.